Okay. All right. We're trying this again. I'm going to wait for her to actually jump on my video before I start doing any of my spiel. There's Mel. Help me, Mel. This is like painful tonight. We might have to do like a recording and then post it if this isn't actually going to work for us. Okay, you're here. All right. This is it. Here's your invite, Kim. Let's get you on here. Let's get you on here so you can share your story. Hopefully. Add. Oh, you.
Oh,
All right. I'm just gonna have to hold my phone.
I'm just gonna have to hold my phone.
Now.
Now.
I can't hear you now.
I can't hear you now.
As soon as I plug my headphones
As soon as I plug my headphones in.
But now I can.
But now I can.
All right.
All right.
No headphones.
No headphones.
I need you
I need you to maybe turn up your volume. Okay.
so you hear me.
So you hear me?
I don't hear you.
I don't hear you.
Oh, this is. Yeah. If we could sign this entire thing. Now, the background noise is gone, but I still don't hear you speak.
Hello?
There you are.
Oh, why did that happen?
We just needed to be patient. I guess this is what happens when you're all the way in Arizona and we're trying to do this up in Canada. It's got a lot of wavelengths to get through. You're
right,
on.
well,
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let me start over. For those who are just joining, you have seen my Facebook page talking about NRF2 activation. I stress the importance of activating our bodies in order to reduce oxidative stress, reduce cellular stress in our bodies, because oxidative stress is at the root of over 260 illnesses and diseases. So to some people, this means nothing. But I really want to explain why it's so important to be proactive about your health. There's a reason that Washington State University is calling this discovery of the NRF2 pathway one of the most preventative and therapeutic breakthroughs in the history of medicine. And I believe that this MS Survivor story is going to explain so much. Listen, this is my friend Kim Lachapelle from Arizona, who was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 17. I can't even imagine. And I'm just going to turn the floor over to you because, quite honestly, I just want you to explain to me what your life was like at the age of 17 and what led you to this diagnosis.
Okay. Well, when I was 17, I was a really good tennis player. And, you know, it was the start of the tennis season and we were trying out and I was a junior. And Jo Freshman came in and she knocked me off of that seat I was on my tennis team and I just freaked out. And I have to tell you, stress is not good for anybody. And I think that's why, I don't know, that it might have come out then, but it started with a little numbness in the tip of my finger. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's looked differently over these last 35 years. But it started off with things you couldn't see. And I couldn't hold a pencil. I was numb on my right side. I was weak. Almost like your foot's asleep.
Yep.
On my whole right side of my body, only much more intense. So that's where everything began. Wow. And I was walking and doing those things at that time. Got married, met my husband that year in high school, and we went off to college. Pretty much, you know, the tingling and stuff would go away. And I really didn't, I guess I took some medication, but there really wasn't anything. They were just kind of throwing things at me.
Back then, no, there really wasn't.
In the Stone Ages, 1984. There really wasn't. They had, you know, they had steroids and oral steroids and things like that. So, you know, went through life, had 2 kids, started to have trouble walking. In October 2013, I'm picking that date because that's when you know, when all this changes started to happen. But at that point, I was walking with a cane for about 6.5 years. This is not Canada, this is Arizona, and in, you know, in a populated area. I mean, I would drive to my neighbor's house. I mean, I could see my neighbor's house. I would drive to her house because that was too far for me to walk. So, so when I say I walked with a cane, it was just to get me to point A to point B. Maybe if I parked in the handicap spot, maybe get a bagel at Einstein's, or get to the grocery store door. Yeah. The grocery store was a huge event of the day. I mean, that took everything out, all that process. And then I would put my cold stuff into a baby stroller that I didn't use for a long time. And I pushed it in my laundry room and put it in my refrigerator and just go die. You know, I was very fatigued, falling off balance. I'd go around a corner and it's like, oh, there goes Kim. You know, shut my eyes, fall over. Kind of get the idea. Spasm, stiff, very stiff. Like almost like a tin soldier in my legs, especially my right one.
So as the years went on, your symptoms of MS progressed, is what you're saying. Things got progressively.
Yeah, it progressed to that point. I had been on medications for, well, I was on medications for, I guess, 32 years. I injected myself every day for 15 years. And then for about 10 or 12, I got an IV drip every month that has a side effect of a terminal brain disease, but, you know, that they would test me on my blood every month to make sure, you know, I wasn't getting indications of that. Yeah. But, you know, it helped me. I felt good. Yeah. So, you know, I do what, you know, I wanted to participate as much as I could in my family's life. So that's what I did.
Absolutely. Wow. I mean, you have overcome so much since this diagnosis. So at what point in time did you get introduced to NRF2 activation?
Well, that October, my friend, we used to be neighbors. When the housing market was crazy here, she sold her house and I sold my house and we upgraded. And so we moved apart. So I didn't see her that much. We weren't like really close friends, but we were friends. And she called me one night and she said that, you know, she had started her own business and she had something that might help me. And I hadn't seen her in a while. So we got together. I watched a report, 10-minute report. And then I watched that a couple times. I found it very interesting, kind of blew me away. And my husband watched, and then I met with her, and coincidentally I was going to see a doctor, a new MS doctor that month. And she said it wouldn't hurt me. I mean, it's like eating a salad, she said. So, and she said, she looked at me like, I don't think it's going to help you. But so I thought I'd help her out for a couple months, you know, new business and help her. And I've always been open. I've been part of research studies so I could see the doctor and more often. And I've always been open to things like that as long as it wasn't invasive. And if it was a salad, then why not try it, right? What if?
That's right.
I don't know.
So you actually started taking the little yellow pill. You started activating your body.
My NRF2 pathway. Who knew there was one? Who knew that I had a lot of oxidative stress? I mean, but I obviously did, because when I was able to lower that by Christmas, that was October, by Christmas, I was definitely starting to be able to walk. So within 8 weeks, I was, yeah, because I remember going out with a friend and I left my cane near my front door because I always come in my garage, and I would leave, I would wall walk with the car, and I always left my cane in the car. So I would go to the grocery store, go somewhere, and I get there and I'm like, okay, well, guess I have to go home. I didn't have any way to do it. one time I just like, you know what, I think I'm just going to try that. And it wasn't perfect, but I was able to actually, I remember getting into an Office Max, going to Office Max right before Christmas, that Christmas. And my sister lives here, and I guess, you know, life gets busy and we hadn't communicated that I was seeing some changes. So I was in Office Max. I said, pull up. We're going to my parents for lunch. I said, just pull up at the curb and I'll come out. So I just start walking out and I open the door and I hop in the car. And she looks at me like, what do we need to get your cane? And I'm like, I don't use it anymore. And then I went to that restaurant and I went to the bathroom twice on my own. Like, I know it sounds strange,
But it's the
I
little
actually
things.
got up and went to the bathroom by myself and walked back. So things did start to change. Everybody is different, you know. The plan is not the same for everybody. It's not like there's this time frame. But you know, as the 2014 went on, I found that things were getting better and better and better, and then I started activating NRF2 in other ways in my brain. This liquid brain food that I took only enhanced that, because I was in bed. I mean, I was so tired. It's not even tired. To be fatigued is completely different than being tired. It's like you go to bed, and you wake up and you just feel the same way. And so, you know, as other things started to be discovered, you know, I was all on board with that as well. So, so I don't have any symptoms. I still have a little stiff walk that I'm working on. I mean, I've walked like this for 35 years, so it doesn't bother me.
But
no,
in a roundabout way, you have gotten to a point now where you're managing your MS rather than your MS managing.
I don't even think. I really don't even think about it. I mean,
it's amazing.
I've been doing things till about 2:30, and then I started cleaning my house.
Yeah.
My house is 3,000 square feet, I guess, and I'm cleaning my house. I mean, I'm doing the floor. I'm just about done cleaning the whole house.
And this is something
my son,
you would have been able to do.
So it's so nice to clean the house.
It's just amazing.
Sorry to interrupt.
It just gives such hope. It gives such hope to so many people who feel like they get a diagnosis for something and they feel like their only option is pharmaceuticals, or to deal with the symptoms, to deal with the side effects. And I feel like this just gives hope, because it's, you know, the studies are proven, the research is there, and testimonies like this just, I think, are something that people can resonate with.
Absolutely. And, you know, I always knew that MS wasn't going to get me. I mean, I was just very confident. I didn't know I was 30 years to find something that would really, truly help me. I am grateful for the medications, because I would imagine that they kept me going. You know, and I'm not opposed to medication.
No.
I mean, if, you know, I'm not opposed to medication. I just don't happen to need it anymore. So, you know, I have something that's, you know, scientifically proven to be more effective than, you know, the leading oral MS pill.
And there's no side effects attached to it, which is the best part.
Right. I've heard of many in the past, but I just heard of one this last weekend that really kind of shocked me. So it's nothing to mess with. Nothing to mess with. And again, if you need it, you have another tool to help those things work better. And, you know, it can be, you know, it's a leap of faith. And I had the faith, because I know, you know, it wasn't just, you know, someone telling me, oh, well, this will, you know, this is better. I mean, I have proof. I have the pharmaceutical company says this about their own pills.
That's right.
Right. And now that I quote empty nester, you know, my guy from 1984, you know, now we don't have to sit on the couch and I don't have to knit. Well,
no, it's like you've got your life back.
Out of my house. I get out of my house. We can participate.
Right.
We can, you know, we can do things. I can work out. You know, I'm not doing, you know, I'm not doing the aerobics. I'm not playing tennis, but I mean, I work out. It's pretty hardcore bar class with other people that are so fit. And, you know, put my leg on a ballet bar.
That's
so
amazing.
It's such a gift. Oh my gosh. And thank God she picked up the phone and reached out to me.
And
Right?
that's the gift that she gave you. And
Yes.
this is the reason that I love to do these videos, and I love to get in touch with people that have, you know, and it doesn't have to be an amazing story like this. It can be anybody that's taken the time to understand what this can do for your body and made the choice to be proactive about their health.
And what if, I mean, what if, I just asked myself, what if this could help me?
Yeah.
And now I really do know what people, you know, like I said, I know what people go through because I went through it. So I'm able to talk to other people and be empathetic, sympathetic about what they're dealing with, and you know, don't ever let anybody steal your joy and your hope, and don't ever let anybody put a stamp on you and tell you that this is the way things are going, because I took out, before I took out this flip phone that I used to use. I mean, I know we used to use a beeper, right? Or a phone like the size.
A Zach Morris phone.
You know, this is technology. This is technology. This is just medical technology.
That's right. Times are changing.
Medical doesn't have to mean that it's a synthetic medication.
That's
so
right.
There's lots of different tools that help.
That's right. No, this has been amazing.
Either they're not gonna, you're not gonna need to build up a $5,000 deductible or whatever.
No. So, is there one thing that you would like to have as kind of your parting message, like an offer of hope to those who have specifically an MS diagnosis? Like what is something that you would want to say to them?
Again, I would say, have an open mind. And because I have found so many people with MS are so close-minded that, doctors know their medications. But they are focused on that. And you're not going to hear about other things from them because they frankly don't know about them. They're not trained in it. It's not necessarily their fault. They're not necessarily keeping something new. And then you get into that whole pharmaceutical discussion, which we don't need to get into, but, there are people out there that aren't medical professionals, but we have experience using these, and the stories are out there, and it's helping a lot of people. And if anything, just live a healthier life.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's get there, get to the end. Let's get there as healthy as we can and live as long as we can in that healthy.
That's right. Perfect.
So
thank you so much.
I'm really happy. It's funny. I mean, the last 3 Facebook Lives I've done, not that I've done that many, but yeah, it's taken a while.
Yeah.
People hungry, they wanted to hear. So
well,
it was worth it.
I appreciate you sharing this. Like I said, there's so many people that this can resonate with who possibly feel like they don't have hope. So
right.
I feel like
and they don't.
This is a way to offer that to so many people. So I appreciate so much you jumping on live with me tonight. I'm sorry for the hiccups in the beginning.
Oh no problem. Not a problem with me.
I think this is great. So thank you everybody who's jumped on. And if you would like more information, please reach.
Happy to answer any questions. People can put questions in the comments. I can answer. Please reach out if you need anything. That's what I'm here for. I need to give back. This is an immense gift, and I have to share it with everybody.
Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.